Finals is the final FPS. In a world of dying games, the Finals is the only one that made it out alive. X-Defiant launched in May 2024 and quickly reached over 15 million players, but Ubisoft pulled the plug in under a year. Servers go dark in June 2025, mere months after release.
Lol.
Concord, Sony's 8-year, 300 to 400 million hero shooter bet, launched in August 2024 and shut down just 2 weeks later in September. The entire studio closed. Spectre Divide, an innovative 3v3 tactical FPS, had 400,000 players at launch in late 2024, yet failed to sustain itself and shut down by March 2025, with the studio folding soon after. But the Finals isn't just surviving, it's thriving, hitting consistent seasons, keeping queues fast, and still building hype while others fell apart. If you grew up on boomer shooters like Quake and Unreal Tournament, the Finals will feel strangely familiar. Quake taught us that movement is a weapon. Strafe jumping and bunny hopping literally makes you faster. Unreal Tournament added its own flair, double tap dodges, wall dodges, even jump boots for vertical plays. Classic arena shooters also made you work the map, rotating for health, armor, and weapon pickups to control the fight. The Finals borrows that DNA, speed, verticality, creative routes, then layers in modern tech and class gadgets for fresh skill expression. Movement depth is real here too. Slides, inertia plays, anti-grav jumps, and route planning matter more than raw aim. It's all running on Unreal Engine 5 with server-side, physically simulated destruction. Walls, towers, whole buildings collapse and reshape the fight as well as the entire map. In other words, old-school arena energy rebuilt with next-gen systems. As soon as it launched, half the internet declared the Finals the next Call of Duty killer, while the other half dismissed it as dead on arrival. That kind of split is deadly, either impossible expectations or instant dismissal. And YouTube didn't help. Every other video was titled Finals is dead before the dust had even settled. And it wasn't just the Finals under the microscope. Look at Boundary, the low-gravity space FPS that looked like Call of Duty with astronauts. It sold 100,000 copies in 24 hours. Everybody called it a hidden gem, including myself. And then, unfortunately, disappeared within a year. Same story with the previous games I listed. X-Defiant, Spectre Divide, Concord, even Fragpunk's In Trouble, all promising new shooters, couldn't even last one full year before being shelved. But the Finals didn't fade, it adapted. Instead of letting the hype train derail, Embark kept delivering. New seasons, new modes, streamer-friendly features, outfit saving, ranked play, even practice tools. By Season 6, they were dropping major updates and teasing a $100,000 esports tournament. That's the difference. Where other FPS games burned out, the Finals evolved. Here's the real hurdle. Gaming has changed. Mobile is king now. In 2025, it captures nearly half of all global gaming revenue. That's over $127 billion, compared to around $54 billion for PC and $78 billion for consoles. Why? Because phones are everywhere. Console is often a second purchase, and PC feels heavy and expensive to many. People want quick, cheap entertainment, and mobile delivers that instantly. Alongside that, there's a rising wave of single-player games. More people want jump in and out story-based escapes, while FPS and Battle Royale engagement has seen some erosion. Note, play hours in Fortnite hit a 2-year low despite big crossovers. That puts the Finals in a weird place. It's an arena FPS demanding skill and commitment. It's not for finger swiping on the go. It's not quite single-player comfort. It's competitive, but on PC and console terms, where attention spans and hardware budgets have shifted. The truth is, maybe the FPS space has already peaked. When we look at the history of shooters, each decade had its defining titles. Counter-Strike, Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield. Each brought something fresh and built massive communities. But in 2025, it feels like the ceiling has been hit. The Finals is a game that took things to the absolute extreme. Verticality, chaos, destruction, constant action. It's a sensory overload compared to what most FPS players are used to. At least today. And maybe, just maybe, that's too much for the average gamer right now. Because if we look around, the most popular shooters today aren't fast or flashy. They're slow, tactical, and measured. Counter-Strike 2, a game that has barely changed in 20 years, still dominates esports. PUBG, with its slower survival-driven pace, still commands millions of players worldwide. Meanwhile, the Finals runs at a speed that makes both of these look like they're standing still. And here's the real kicker. The new wave of shooters isn't pushing for more intensity, it's going backwards. Retro-inspired single-player boomer shooters like Dusk, Ultrakill, and Medieval are thriving in indie circles. These games celebrate stripped-down mechanics, slower pacing, and nostalgic art styles. Even big studios are remaking older titles, catering to a desire for something familiar and grounded rather than chaotic and experimental. So maybe the finals is answering a need that's already faded. The players who grew up with high-speed chaos are older now, and the new generation? They're either on mobile, which has become the dominant gaming platform globally, or they've shifted out of gaming culture entirely into fitness, lifestyle, and social content. The world of entertainment has simply broadened, but that's exactly why the finals still matters. Because it doesn't need to be Fortnite big. It doesn't need to dominate Twitch the way Call of Duty once did. Instead, it thrives as a cult classic for the FPS faithful. The people who still want chaos, skill expression, and destruction that no other game dares to deliver. It's not here to be the next billion-dollar franchise. It's here to be the last great arena shooter. And that in itself is enough.